Hey folks, here at OS Reviews. You're watching our video first look / quick review of the TaoTronics TT-SK06. This is a wireless stereo Bluetooth speaker that sells on Amazon and from the company's website for around $60. A fair price to pay for a Bluetooth speaker that has an incredible amount of heft and weight to it, so it feels extremely solid. It's definitely one of the heaviest designs we've ever encountered from a fairly portable Bluetooth speaker, and it's made completely out of aluminum as well as soft touch rubber, so it does weigh quite a bit. Otherwise, the SK06 is also relatively powerful. It has a rated 20 watt design, so 10 watts per speaker, and it has a microphone integrated as well for placing calls. You can use this as a speakerphone when you connect it to an Android, iOS, or Windows device. It also has A2DP profiling as well as a rated pretty good bass, and the company claims it has a hi-fi or high-fidelity sound quality to it. Otherwise, it comes in just this one color tone, this silver and gray, and it has, again, Bluetooth 4.0 technology, and the battery is rated to last at around 10 hours per charge, which takes about 3 hours to complete. In the box, you have access to the speaker itself, a micro USB cable for charging, as well as a 3.5mm auxiliary cable if you don't want to use Bluetooth when listening to music and connecting to an audio source. On the front, you have access to all the controls, which correspond to the power on-off switch, which you can press and hold for a few seconds longer to initiate the pairing mode. The center will illuminate and flash red and blue to signal that connection and pairing process, as well as there are dedicated volume controls and a play-pause key that dubs as a reject call key when a call is coming in. These buttons are pretty tactile and responsive, despite being not too risen about the surface. They're pretty flush. On the very back, you have access to some, there's a 3.5mm auxiliary output, as well as the aforementioned micro USB cable for charging, and there is a passive radiator design as well. And the back also features a rubber feet, which prevents the unit from sliding around when you place it on a surface or a desk. And as you can see, it uses a 1000 mAh capacity battery, which is integrated and non-user replaceable. So launching into the audio quality next, which is a highlight here, we're going to start and show you the pairing mode. Pairing the speaker with a phone is quite simple. The speaker is simply called the TaoTronics TT-SK06, no surprises there. You just tap on it and it takes a few seconds to finish the setup. There isn't an NFC chip on board, so there is no just simple tap to pair functionality. And this particular model also does omit a micro SD card, so you can't just directly pop in a memory card loaded with songs and expect it to play. But otherwise, the audio quality is quite impressive. The range of the Bluetooth connection was about 33 feet in our testing, and that's quite long before the connection faded away. And the audio quality is indeed quite bass heavy, thanks to the addition of that passive radiator on the back, which is quite large and prominent. The music definitely has a thump to it, and the placement of the speaker grills, the two stereo speakers, are distanced apart nicely, so you do get a very immersive environment and a sound effect when you're listening to music, more complex sounds, as well as watching thriller films that have a more complicated soundtrack in the background. So we're going to do a quick audio test now. As you can hear, the audio quality is quite nicely balanced. It is relatively clean as well, so there isn't too much static or distortion in the background. The highs and lows are pretty good, I would say. This does best, I would say, with mids and with that bass. With that being said, it does well with multiple genres across the board. Classical music, certainly, if you're listening to pieces with a cello or a bass, it works well. It's nice for pop music, for electronic music, for rock music. It does well for all those genres, and the volume output at the highest setting is extremely loud. It definitely will fill up larger rooms and venues, so it's going to be a great party speaker, for instance, or an outdoor speaker. Even though this design isn't waterproof or extremely rugged, it is something that will again fill up large spaces. So I'm now going to just show you, or let you guys listen to the audio for a few seconds more. hopefully this gives a okay demonstration as well as a feel for what the audio quality will be like with this thing. And again, it's rather impressive for a Bluetooth speaker. Even if you pause the music, you won't hear that distortion or hiss, which is quite common across Bluetooth speakers in this price range. So overall, I think that TaoTronics did a pretty good job with this particular model. So at the end of the day, the TaoTronics TT-SK06 wireless stereo Bluetooth speaker is really solid because it has excellent sound quality. They invested heavily in that, and the construction quality is classy, it's elegant, it's also hefty, so it does feel extremely premium despite the small form factor. With that being said, there are definitely a few compromises that the company had to make to retain the competitive pricing. For one, this one isn't waterproof or sweat-proof, anything like that. It also doesn't have a micro SD card slot, nor a removable battery or an NFC chip. However, it is a very solid Bluetooth speaker, and if you care about the audio quality while paying perhaps around $100 for a affordable pair of Bluetooth speakers, this is an excellent option to consider. To learn more information about the TaoTronics TT-SK06, be sure to check out our full written review. This has been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Review.